is going on, man? We are back in black. We made it another day, man. A lot of stuff been going on, man. Shout out to everybody at the Core Plantation. Let's go ahead and do roll call. Shout out to everybody in Arizona. Shout out to all the assemblies out there in Las Vegas, Nevada, handling business, doing what they need to do to survive. Bring these damn interest rates down. That's what I really want to talk about. So shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Shawnee, Philly in the building, Erica, Florida in the building. Shout out to brother David for No Compromise, Joja in the building, and shout out to brother Jay John Blood. Mic drop definitely in the building. This is Warren G in the place. We've been clowns like a reed since 2003. Ain't no finessing me. You already know what it is. Shout out to the homegirl, Melina, all the way from North Carolina, aka North Kakalaka, and you know what, Erica, all the way from Florida, aka Florida. Oh man, we got another one. I've been looking at some stuff, man, and I've been seeing some things, and I knew it too, because I should have put that on the last podcast, but I was like, man, it's about to be like some type of a shooting or something is about to happen, because it's too much going on. And if y'all notice, when all this stuff be going on simultaneously, it'll be shootings, then stabbings, and then it'll rotate back to the police brutality. Then that'll happen, then it'll rotate again. Like, we've seen these things again, so we're gonna talk about it. Let's get into it. Hey. Man. This is gonna, me, sometimes I'm gonna just do quick ones just to, test people's brains and see what people thinking. But, hold on, let's see. Man, I just want to talk about it was a school shooting out there in Georgia, man. Shout out to my brother Dave for No Compromise. It went in Atlanta. I don't think you want to do that. Shit. It'll probably be 100,000 niggas up there and white folk up there with them things on them. Oh, you want to do a shoot? They knew where to pull it, huh? But, man, we gonna play some audio of some kids, you know what I'm saying, that was, involved in a school shooting again. Man, this has been going on since 99. School shooting since Columbine. So let's see what these people got to say. Man, that's crazy.
5 words you pronounce wrong. 2 years before you're...
We ain't listening to that. All right, here we go.
Tonight with an all too familiar scene in American life. This time in Winder, Georgia, about 50 miles from Atlanta, just 4 weeks into the school year there. Gunfire erupted at Appalachia High School. Here's what we know. At least 4 people are dead, 2 students and 2 teachers, and 9 injured. The suspect, a 14...
they say it was 14. Damn.
Year-old student who is alive and in custody and will be charged as an adult.
I don't know why it happened. I may not ever know. We may not ever know.
Some ain't right. So I go to parenting. I go to mental stability and mental fortitude. And I'll speak further on that after this. But we have to understand, too, every generation is different. My generation, I didn't really know a lot of people good at math. This generation, everybody is good at math. Both my nephews, my nieces, they good at math. So it's like every generation things are different. Maybe this next generation that's coming out, maybe they don't have the mental stability and the mental toughness to make it in this world. I'm not justifying the killing, but damn.
But I ask that you and our community lift up our schools, lift up our public safety, and that, again, we do not let this hateful event prevail.
And let's bring in our Jared Eggleston, who is following the situation on the ground. Jared, it's good to see you, and I know you were there on the scene so soon after it happened. What are we learning about what unfolded at this school today?
Caitlin, good afternoon. It's been an emotional scene out here. As you saw, we just had a press conference. The sheriff here even getting teary-eyed as he talked about where the investigation stands. As you mentioned, they said that a 14-year-old student here at Appalachia High School came in with a gun this morning and began firing. At this point, they said he is in custody and is cooperating with police. They said he really surrendered just as soon as he saw those police. But back to those people who are now dealing with what they witnessed today. We've been talking to a lot of students and family members, and it's been very harrowing out here as they waited for hours to be reunited.
This man must not be from Georgia, because that other man that just got done talking, he must have just moved here. Because that man that was talking before him, we could definitely tell. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this man don't sound like he from Georgia. But anyway.
With their loved ones, and I believe we have a soundbite from a father and son who were reunited.
I started running. He started shooting like 10 times. He shot at least 10 times. And then I ran to the back of the classroom. I dived behind the desk, and my teacher had got in front of me like he was guarding me. But like the gunshots were so close to me, like my ears started ringing.
My son actually called me while it was going on inside the class.
Thank you. Y'all trying to take these kids' cell phones away. These kids gotta have these cell phones. I know it's a distraction, but man, who else you supposed to call? Man, I'm glad that young brother had his cell phone to call his pops.
Room. Like I was inside the store and I heard him hollering and screaming and crying.
And there are just so many stories just like that one, Caitlin, of parents just rushing to the school. I got here just a little bit after those reports started coming in to us. And I will say for at least a mile, about 2 miles around the school, there were just cars parked in the middle of the road, parents, loved ones running to this school to check on their children.
Oh, God, Jared, that's just so tragic to hear. And when you hear that little boy, he is a little boy, talking about what he just witnessed at just a normal day at school, or what was, at least, when he went there in the morning. Thank you for sharing that with us and for doing all those interviews. The officials that we just heard from just a little while ago mentioned that this investigation is ongoing.
I wonder if this is a Caucasian dominant society person who did this mass shooting.
Are still being figured out. But where exactly, from what you know and what you've heard, where does the investigation stand at this point?
And Caitlin, the investigation, police say that this suspect, this 14-year-old suspect, is cooperating with police. He's been interviewed by the Barrow County Sheriff's Office, it's a local agency here, and also the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. They are kind of leading up the investigation at this point. But I will say there are several other agencies on the ground here. The FBI, as well, is also assisting. So police say they are going through just what happened, surveillance video in the school, and they're also asking for any of these parents or families, if they think that they have something, know something about what happened here today, to please reach out to them.
And Jared, what else are we hearing from officials in the area?
So tonight we are going to have a vigil. A lot of people here are shooken up, as you might expect. So we're going to have a vigil here tonight put together by a lot of local people who are wanting to pay their respects for what happened here today. And officials tell us that school will be closed for the rest of the week here at Appalachia High School and in the entire district, just as the school tries to piece together everything and somehow figure out how to go on with the rest.
Yeah, now the kids ain't going to know how to go on, but yeah, no, something else is going on. I don't want to hear that. Something else is going on. Ain't no kid just finna just be coming up to the school. Not in this day and age. Something is going on. So, y'all better figure it out, cause
drinking warm water before bed.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Oh, look, they give it a thing. Here we go. Let's see. It better not be the same. Okay, I'm about to say it better not be the same people.
The Barrow County Sheriff's Office is addressing the shooting at Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. Let's listen in.
I am Chris Hosey, Director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and we wanted to come back this afternoon and present you with a little more of a timeline of the events that have taken place here today and what we know up to this point with the investigation. At approximately 10:20 a.m. this morning, the Barrow County Sheriff's Office received alerts about reports of an active shooter and radio traffic from school resource officers concerning the same concern, or having the same concern. Within minutes, law enforcement was on scene, as well as 2 school resource officers assigned here to the school.
What y'all think? This might be a Caucasian who did that, because, you know, we don't just be going up in schools and shooting. You know, that's not an FBA thing. I'm sorry, but I ain't never known no FBA person to want to go up in somebody's schools and just get to shoot. Now, it could be some volatile fighting or maybe some extracurriculum street activities of why it might be a shooting at a school, but it ain't even to be nobody just come up in the school shooting. Not like that. Not like that. But y'all motherfuckers up here talk about, what about black on black crime and all this other shit? See, no, tell us what's going on. Somebody knows something of why this kid came up in that school and didn't get his way and wanted to start shooting. Ain't no kid just finna come in there and be like, no, stop.
Who immediately encountered the subject within just minutes of this report going out. Once they encountered the subject immediately surrendered to these officers, and he was taken into custody. Additionally, what I want you to know as of now, there are 4 individuals who are deceased from this incident, 9 that have been taken to local hospitals with various injuries. Of those that are deceased, 2 were students and 2 were teachers here at the school. The priority right now for us within this investigation is to gather all the facts, to make sure that we're accurate with it, because...
No, here's the facts. Might want to get some metal detectors. It don't matter. Metal detectors should be at all schools. I don't care what school you go to. Remember that shooting at Virginia Tech? That kid walked from one side of the campus all the way to the other, and then that professor warned the dean. I don't know if y'all remember that Virginia Tech college school shooting. It was an Asian person who did it, and he was writing all kinds of crazy ass papers and shit. And the professor, who was his professor, was like, "Hey man, y'all need to do something about this dude. This is some real weird shit." Man, them people looked at that professor and said, "Man, you better leave his ass alone and let him keep writing crazy shit." Then the man came in there and got to shooting. People was jumping out of the second-story building and all kinds of other shit because this motherfucker up here just shooting. That type of shit. That's why I'm like, man, you better take that shit serious. And this is no diss or nothing, but we have to understand, everybody don't have that mental toughness like that. Some people be like, oh, y'all motherfuckers want to laugh at me? That's why I be telling you, don't be going up there just laughing at motherfuckers. Oh, you want to laugh at me? Okay, cool. Look, that's the dominant society. You know, a lot of the times, the dominant society is a lot different from foundational Black American society. In I would say in terms of this, we have to have confidence. We have to exude confidence because, for one, that's all we got is confidence in us, confidence in each other. Them, somebody could be like, man, you can't come in here right now. Oh, I can't fucking come in here right now? All right, I'll fucking be right back. And they'll come and shoot the whole goddamn place up. Like, they do stuff like that because a lot of the times it could be all kinds of situations. But I'm going to tell you right now, if it's dominant society, guarantee it's going to be it's going to be mental health. I hate to say it, and I feel bad for these people that lost their lives and all that, but watch, they say it's going to be some mental health shit. To me, that ain't no mental health shit. No, that means you are mentally weak. You want to go in there and be taking people's lives and doing all that, then we need to start looking at the parents. We need to start looking at who is a part of the circle. And if you're a real friend, why are y'all not checking y'all friends? Let's start teaching our young kids, yeah, man, that motherfucker was talking about shooting up the school. Nigga, guess what? Then once you tell a parent's supposed to be like, then you don't need to be fucking with that motherfucker. And you need to tell him, don't be doing no shit like that. Not just waving it off. You know, this ain't the 70s and the 80s. We have to really understand that.
This is a murder investigation. As the sheriff mentioned earlier this morning, the shooter is in custody. His name is Colt, that's C-O-L-T, Gray. He is a 14-year-old student here at the school, G-R-A-Y. He is a 14-year-old student here at the high school. Again, he has been taken into custody. He will be charged with murder and he will be tried as an adult. and handled as an adult. We're coordinating these charges and obviously this investigation with District Attorney Brad Smith, who is the District Attorney for the Piedmont Judicial Circuit here. Since early this morning we talked with you, and since the incident occurred, numerous interviews have been taking place through our investigation with students, faculty, as well as any other witnesses that we could identify. Law enforcement had a very, very swift response to this incident once the incident was determined that there was a concern here. Those resources, whether it was in that response or throughout this investigation to assist, came obviously from the Sheriff's Office here, from other local law enforcement agencies, state law enforcement agencies, and federal law enforcement agencies as well.
All right, well, we already know that. Let's hear from the kids, and then I'm going to give my little 2 cents.
We obviously have been hearing for hours now from community members reacting to the shooting, trying to get in contact with loved ones at the school. Here's a bit of what some of them have had to say.
She was with one of her friends, and he was 2 doors down from where it happened. He said he heard some knocking on the door before it even went on to lockdown. He heard banging on a door, which they thought kind of was a locker, and then he heard somebody say, "Open the effing door, let us in." And then he heard boom, boom, boom. And he said when he went to leave, there was gunpowder, gun shells, and blood everywhere.
I heard gunshots, and then my teacher told us to get in the corner. And then they were clearing this. I heard like screaming and police officers like, "Get down, put your hands on your head."
My classmate went to open the door, but she turned around and said that he had a gun. And then as soon as she said that, he started firing.
I thought I was gonna die.
It was just like a loud boom, as if a locker had slammed. So my teacher thought it was just like some kid acting foolish. So then she took a peek.
And where's school police at? That's where your taxes go to. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Dave from No Compromise and James Youngblood about this. This is what you pay taxes for. This is the shit that I'm talking about these suck-ass politicians. The first question I'd be asking, so all these taxes y'all taking out of my motherfucking check, y'all ain't got no school police? Y'all can't put no metal detectors there? How many damn school shootings we gonna have before y'all be like, okay, this a mandate. Every school has to have metal detectors, and every school has to have monitoring school police walking around. I just don't understand it. I've never understood that. Like, okay, y'all got school police? Yeah, they have school police. Then how the fuck was somebody able to go in there and just get to dumping like that? Where the fuck are the school police at? What, you eating donuts? You at Dunkin' Donuts or at Winchell's? Where you at? Holy Moly Donut Shop? Y'all gotta be some fucking weird. We can find Waldo, but you can't find no school police. And if you don't have none, then what the fuck is these taxes going for then? Every school should have them. Y'all taxing people like a motherfucker, but y'all ain't got no damn school police. And then after 2-3 people that got killed, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Georgia Bureau of Investigations? What are y'all, the FBI? What are y'all? Like, what is up with all these fucking different names to all these different law enforcements? But basically you're telling me you were underprepared, you didn't have school police, and you didn't take this shit seriously at the behest of other people losing their lives. What kind of shit is this? I'm talking about in this climate. I'm not talking about the 80s and the 90s. In this, after Columbine, the whole nation should have been like metal detectors and school police, and it'll be taken out of taxes. And then that would have alleviated a lot of that sucker shit. But no, you didn't do it. It ain't gonna happen. Then Sandy Hook happens. And then a motherfucker go in the theater and get to shooting. Then after the motherfucker go in the theater and get to shooting, even when you go to theaters, I'm very, very suspect about theaters because I'll be looking at the exits because people act like history repeats itself. Opportunities don't. So y'all don't think this shit is gonna happen again? Why are we talking about this again? Y'all should have something in place. Oh, we had a student that was shooting and our school police shot him. That's what the report should be. And then we should be talking about, man, thank God for the school police and then guess what that'll do? That'll let other motherfuckers who plan on doing that sucker shit, yeah, you better not do that shit because you probably get killed fucking around with the school police. That's how it's supposed to be. Man.
Outside, and then we heard repeatedly the banging again, and that's when we could identify it was the gun. And then the hard lockdown was placed, and then we ran to the back of the classroom, turned off the lights. I was shaking, scared, and I didn't have my phone on me, and I couldn't communicate with my mom for half an hour. And I didn't know what was going to happen because you could hear the gunfires right down the hall. So I don't know if it was like the last chance I had to talk with her. But luckily, I'm here.
My daughter called me at work.
Man.
Screaming.
You notice I said at work. And this lady right here, I don't care who it is. This lady, she can be dominant society, she can be black. That lady that said she called me at work, yeah, because they taking taxes out of your check to go to the schools, the roads, all that. That's why I can't wait to talk to David and Change on Blood. That's what we paying for. How the fuck you gonna take all these taxes out of somebody's check? You ain't got no school police. You ain't got no system set in place where kids are going to school. Kids are not supposed to be thinking about, oh my God, is it gonna be a shooting today? That's your job as the school superintendent, the principal, security. That's your job every day to do that. Sorry. But this is way too many school shootings for us to be like, oh my God, 4 people got killed. The only person that should have been injured was the shooter. That's it. Everybody else, it should have been nobody injured. How y'all not running drills? I remember growing up in California, we had to do earthquake drills all the damn time. Fire drills and earthquake drills because they knew we used to have earthquakes all the time and fires all the damn time. Now, how the hell after Columbine and Sandy Hook and all these different school shootings, you still ain't got nothing put in place? Y'all ain't got nothing put in place, but everybody can tell me about how many points Bronny James is going to score. Ain't that crazy? Motherfuckers more worried about what Bronny James is going to score and motherfucking kids are getting killed in schools because we don't have procedures and policies put in place to protect the children.
There was a shooter at Appalachia and begged me to get there as quick as possible. So just to start praying for all the kids, not just my grandson, but all the kids.
Thanks for watching. Stay on.
Man, let me cut the music. Look, let me tell you something, man. I don't want to hear shit about shit. And I don't want to hear Kamala, Trump. Please don't make this no photo op unless you plan on changing the fucking laws and making sure that there are things put in place to protect the children. Not things put in place so you can start killing a whole bunch of black children. Things put in place where you can protect all children. Since the Democratic Party and all these other political parties want to say, oh, you got to be the president for all people. Okay, well, whatever the fuck. Make sure Mr. Trump, Kamala, whoever the fuck want to go there and make this a political fucking, come-upping, make sure you have a policy put in place where you're protecting the children. Because goddamn, those children don't have a choice of what school they going to. Those children don't have a choice of who they're in school with. But damn, we have a choice to start speaking out about, hey man, what y'all planning on doing with the taxes that y'all taking on everybody's check? Why ain't no school police? See, here's the thing. You want to have a whole bunch of racist ass cops driving around one to a squad car, running up the gas bill that taxpayers pay for, riding around and getting it and bullshitting, and then here it is, the school really needs school police, and they ain't nowhere to be found. Where the fuck is the school police? They talk about, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Where the goddamn school police? Where are the regular school police? Well, we don't have those in Georgia. Well, you look like you better get some. Then why are we paying principals and what are we doing? This is what I mean about taxes. Where I'm like Allen Iverson. Instead of practice, we talking about taxes. Nigga, do you know how much taxes they take out of the average person's check? Go look at your check and see all them damn taxes they take. I'm not talking about your insurance and your PERS if you have a government job, or if you have a private job, your stock or whatever, 401k. I'm not talking about that shit. Go look at the other taxes they take out. And you like, well, why you going so hard? Nigga, go buy a crib. I don't care if it's a condo, townhome, and they're going to send you something. Like for Las Vegas, they send you a Clark County, it's like a breakdown of all the taxes that you pay for. The street lights, the street roads and pavement, the concrete, the school buses, the school, the free lunches at the school. You pay for that shit. See, Vegas put you on blast. They gonna tell you exactly what you paying for, the school buses, all that shit. That's why I'll be like, I don't want to ever hear no bus talking about they done forgot a kid. Nigga, I'll pay for that. So you better take your ass, turn around and go pick that kid up. That's when I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. How the fuck you gonna charge people an arm and a leg for taxes and you ain't even got no type of security set up for the children? That's what I'm like, for the children. Why isn't it, like I said before, that's why I'm like, okay, we're gonna pay all these taxes. And you send me a little, I forgot, it's like Clark County, not Clark County Registry, but it's Clark County Taxes and something. And it breaks down everything. And I used to look at that shit all the time and be like, man, this is some bullshit. For real. And then you got kids, now these kids ain't gonna never wanna go to school. I know I wouldn't. I'm never going to school. You might as well homeschool me. What the fuck I won't want to go to school for? A motherfucker just came in there and just got to shoot. And then some of these kids probably got to tell their parent, you don't know if these kids, then the kids that didn't make it and lost their life, nah, fuck that. Somebody got some explaining to do. For real. So I don't give a fuck if it's the principal. I don't give a fuck if it's the school police. I don't care if it's the governor, the mayor, whatever. If them people in Georgia are paying taxes, like I know they paying, and if I'm not mistaken, Georgia, it's a state tax too, if I'm not mistaken. So they really paying taxes. So if they paying taxes like that, man, fuck all that. I would be at every council meeting. So what y'all planning on doing? How y'all gonna make this shit safe for the children? Where the metal detectors? Where the school police at? What y'all doing? Man, why you tripping like that? Cause, man, we pay for that. That's what I mean about how the fuck we sending money to Russia and all these places or whoever the fuck it is and want to get into wars with all these other places, but we can't even clean up our own backyard. I'm done. Guilty, nigga. Peace.